Hello and welcome to the episode of the Windswift where all is revealed as we are in a very dark space. Very lonely, quiet, empty space. Dice of Destiny will tell us what happened in last week's episode. And that is Blackston. Or should I say Simon?
Hello.
Hello.
What happened last week? Well, everything started fine and everything was good.
Yeah.
And then...
That's it.
And then it wasn't. So we basically had a few hours to kill. Nothing extraordinary happened until we then went to the meeting between the Archon and the Lord Archon, which went sideways almost immediately as the Lord Archon said, well, if you want to know, come follow me and I'll tell you around this corner. So that was a problem where we thought, well, this is not going to go well, but right now we don't have enough evidence to really kind of make a move yet. So basically we said like, well, let's wait and see what's going to happen, even though this is probably going to get worse as it is. Well, and we followed them. Basically, it ended up with the Lord, with us talking a little bit, getting a little bit of information what happens with the grave. But that's something for the future, I guess. If you wanted to say details, there's the session right there, right? Otherwise, the Lord Archon and the Archon went to his chambers, where then Con went in incognito as a mouse and saw basically what happened is that the Archon went under some mind control of a third being, which he couldn't identify at the time. So he tried to ring the alarm, but before he could, he was already under mind control as well. After a little bit back and forth, we still found out due to the sending spell from our cat. And, well, she didn't hear purring, but actually crying out in pain. So we jumped to action, pushed aside the defending constructs and saved the day. At least that was the plan. What actually happened is we went in, we saw that the thing that was happening, tried to interrupt it. That went well. Saw the Lord Archon trying to flee. Blackston went after him. And then I don't remember anything anymore.
Oh, it's so sad. And that's where we pick it up in that middle of that combat with those guardians. That one has been dispatched. One still stands over the bloodied corpse of Jorik.
Oi! I'm not dead yet.
Soon to be corpse.
Sorry, soon to be corpse.
There we go.
That's not very promising.
Adressai has seen something horrific that no one else has seen and is now fleeing in terror. Con, you are up next. This giant metal construct is standing over you and is looking with intent towards Seket. There is banging on the doors from outside as members of the Order are screaming at you all to surrender, surrender, surrender.
So in my mind, I'm sort of shouting dragons in the vague hope that maybe my deacon is uncompromised or will not know yet what's going on and light me up. But as my bonus action, I shout at Jorik, "Get up! There's still work to be done." Infusing my words with healing magic.
Nice.
Transmit 2, 6, 10 hit points.
That
And then
brings me to 1. Because I assume you started the negative.
No, you don't. You have always 0.
You start at 0, yeah.
You always start at 0.
That's a 10 then.
Right, so that done, whilst shouting that, I swing the mace at the golem once more. So that's a natural 1.
Roll again, please. Please don't roll above 10. Please don't roll above 10. Just let's start this once.
7.
Okay, all right, good. All right, all you do is drop the star.
Dice hate me, I'm swapping them.
Someone send Con dice. All right, so that's what you're doing for your action. I was about to read out that name, but that person is no longer here. They were vaporized.
No.
Disintegrated. Oh, And just in case any of you are wondering, Simon has joined us because he's enjoying the game. His character, Blackstone, was disintegrated in the last show.
He's haunting us.
Yes.
Yes.
Is here. So that
The face palming ghost of
of
Blackstone.
the round, and the top of the round takes us to Jorik, who is now alive on 10 hit points.
Ow! How large is the stair that spirals down?
It's a 5-foot spiral, very tight.
I'm gonna run and stand as far as down the.
Opportunity.
Oh, right. Fine. I'm gonna. Done an action and a bonus action. Damn it. Ugh. Fine, I'll shoot the thing. You need it dead.
You can disintegrate.
Disengage.
I can't disintegrate myself.
You see what's on his mind. The spirit is tormented.
You can disengage. I mean,
Yeah, I could teleport away, but I want to damage him as well, so I'm just going to shoot him, actually. So that's what I'm going to do. Where are we? Disadvantage. Attack. Ooh, damn it. I missed a natural 20 there, but 19 to hit.
19 to hit. It's a hit. Do your damage.
Okay, that is, again, maximum damage on the physical. 13.
All right.
And here comes the psychic. 25.
It explodes in a shower of bits of metal and armor in all different directions. As that happens, the doors that lead into this room are pushed 5 foot open by the efforts of the captains on the other side. They are still shouting, "In the name of the Order of Histari, surrender!" As other captains have joined. You hear every now and again Golfin from the back saying, "Yeah, please surrender. It would be great if you could just surrender."
Still drugged up there.
That's what he's shouting from behind that. Yes, that takes us then to Saket. What are you doing?
So the golem has exploded. We still got an archdeacon, or our deacon is on. There's an unconscious deacon. Something is slumped on the floor.
Archon.
Archon.
Thank you.
Yes, does not look healthy at all.
Okay, I'm going to shake him awake and be like, "Help us! Help us!"
He does not come to.
Oh bollocks! Can I go and get hold of Lily?
By the Order's decree, she isn't supposed to respond to any sort of distress.
She isn't supposed to, but she does know. What we're about.
What are you trying to communicate to her?
Dragons. Something has attacked us. Dragon related. Lily, help us quick.
You get a faint voice back, and she says, "The Order believes you are the dragon worshippers. The Lord Archon himself has issued a decree for your heads, and that no one is to listen to you."
Tell them it's the other way round, and there's a big ass problem. And
You
Section
understand
13.
they're not going to listen to me.
Oh no. We're going to just have to kill the archdeacon somehow. This is not pretty. Run downstairs now.
Is that what you're doing? You're running down the stairs. All right?
Yep.
Adrasai?
Yes. What exactly am I seeing? Do tell me, Guy.
You saw this magnificent head of this white dragon, absolutely resplendent in shimmering white scales in this frosty, frosty air, lying on a very large bed of it looked like gemstones and crystals and things. That was what you saw very briefly before you got absolutely stuck in an anxiety attack of supreme measures,
Yes.
turned around, and have run as fast as you can up those stairs.
Yes. But it was a giant room, and it was physically in there.
Yes.
Right. Well, I am definitely, I think not on purpose, but I'm definitely thinking, holy fuck, I just saw a physical actual dragon. No, I think they're just running like fuck. Just they dropped the staff just because it would be difficult to sort of maneuver.
Yeah.
Just running.
All right. You bound up those stairs. Give me an acrobatics check, please, as you charge up those stairs.
No, acrobatics. All right. 7.
All right. You thunder up those stairs. You knock a helmet on its side. There's a halberd which slides down past you as you claw your way up the stairs away from that. And yeah, that's what you're doing. You're rushing up those stairs. Con?
So the golem exploded, the door pushed open. I cast wind wall across the door opening while shouting for Saket to get clear of the door.
All right. Saket has bolted down the stairs.
Ah, right. Okay. Sorry, I missed that. Yep.
She's probably going to crash with Adressa in a minute.
Yeah, in that case, I simply cast wind wall across the doors.
All right.
And then grab Jorik and hit there.
All right. You grab Jorik and start running down the stairs.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I forget. The Archon. I tend to him.
All right.
I beg your pardon.
The Archon has been knocked into an unconscious state. He will probably wake up, but his brain seems to have been addled. He will need some serious medical attention if he has to recover whatever he had as a personality.
Awesome. I cast Lesser Restoration upon him.
All right. That's a pretty good spell to cast on him.
Followed up by Cure Wounds.
Okay, the blank look on his face starts to his eyes start to take in the room. He's now actually starting to become aware of the situation around him. There's that loud roaring sound from the wind wall, which is now buffeting everyone in the passageway as they're trying to make their way forward. You cast Cure Wounds on him.
Well, in the next, obviously I can only do one per round, but that would be my next action.
All right. That's Con. Back to top of the round, Jorik. When you have audio.
Do you need me here, Con?
Go!
I'm going down the stairs. And as I'm running, I sort of wreathed myself in healing energies because, ow, I'm in pain.
All right.
And I heal myself for 15 points.
All right.
And then I run down the stairs trying to find Adversai, Blackston, Saket, everyone who just ran down there.
Gotcha. You're running down. That wall, wind wall is causing a bit of a barricade.
Well, strictly speaking, if that's all happening in one round, then I should say that I cast wind wall, and then I've gone to see the Archon. Next turn, I can cast Lesser Restoration. Turn after that.
Correct.
Got a bit excited.
Yes. It's like, I can do the things. We can save the day. I don't know how, but we can. That wind wall is preventing anyone from getting closer. There is a incantation that happens from the other side of the door. What level is wind wall?
3.
3. The spell, suddenly you see this bolt of yellow energy slam into the spell, and the bolt sort of burns it away until there's nothing left. Someone has cast a spell magic upon your wind wall. This is the round you cast Lesser Restoration?
Well, it'll be next round.
Yes, correct. Well, that's happening in the round that you cast Lesser Restoration. There's a bit of a confusion happening here.
Yep.
So, Kit, you run into Adressai. Quite literally, she looks like a cat who has seen its owner running a bath with the intention of...
Just an expression of pure horror.
Yes. What happened? Wait. Well, what happened? But I'm going to drink the healing potion at the same time. Just tell me. I can multitask this. I can.
I grab her by the arms, and I just go, "Dragon, down there. There's a dragon."
Okay, there's a dragon. Tell Lily. We both need to project that image to Lily.
Yes, we have to get out of here.
No, we need to project that image to Lily so she can project it to everybody else.
Has there been any other kind of doorway or anything in this staircase? Or is
Not
it
on
just...
these stairs. It leads straight down. You did see that there was the door that the Lord Archon stumbled through whilst he was bleeding all over the place, but that was in that actual chamber.
Yes.
I've just managed to heal myself like 14 points, so just please.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah.
I have +3 AC, Adrosai.
Between the two of you, what are you doing? You're on the stairs?
Okay, we both project dragons to Lily, and you project that image. We've got to try and get her to talk to somebody, even if it's just the oracle.
I don't think they'll believe us. He's
Well,
alive. He was fleeing out a door. He's still alive. Blackston's gone. We have to get out of here.
There is nowhere else to go, Adrosai. We are both going to have to project the image to everybody somehow. Otherwise, we're dead. They're going to arrest us and kill us because they think we're traitors and they think we are the dragon worshippers, and we need to somehow project the image of the Archdeacon with the Lord Archdeacon with the dragon to save our everything.
We need to...
I know it's scary, but we've just got to do this.
I think Adrosai's just sort of slumping against the wall, just paws over their eyes, just sort of trying to breathe. Still terrified.
Adrosai, I know you're terrified. I'm terrified. But I have no guts. So can we just do this together? We'll hold pause.
I think Adrosai is not projecting anything except that dragon image.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to do it myself.
You haven't seen anything.
No, but I'm going to have to go down further and see it.
If Lily is checking, then I am thinking dragon very much.
That's the only thing you're thinking.
Yeah, I am incapable of thinking anything else right now.
Okay, that's what you guys are doing. Con, you now doing your list of restoration?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to require, and Jorik, you're running down the stairs, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Does he hear this conversation?
Well, you become part of this conversation very quickly. From the three of you, I'm going to require you to make some checks to make this happen or not. Jorik, will you join in this circle of attempting to give the oracle irrefutable evidence of dragon?
I don't know anything, so I'm going to probably just ask, where's the Lord Archon?
He's fled through a door. There's a dragon down there, Jorik. Dragon!
Hey, what?
Actual dragon! Big, white, terrifying dragon! Scales, teeth, everything!
We need to tell the rest of the order this because...
Come on! Get down here!
Bring the Archon!
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's probably just one round, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. Con, we're going to go back to you. You've cast Lesser Restoration. The Archon, he's now starting to look around. He is still injured, but your wall has been dissolved, and you can see that hands are busy pushing the last bits of furniture away from the door as these guys come in. What are you doing?
I sort of grab him and sort of like try and get his attention, like get him to focus a bit.
All right.
You have to explain this.
He looks around at you. You suspect that his mind has been as damaged as yours. Your medicine skill alone, he probably needs like 12 hours of sleep before he's going to be coherent in any way, shape, or form. He was exposed to the dragon for longer than you were. Well, whatever that force was.
You slipped up!
Yeah.
Just get down here!
No, I recognize this, and I'm hoping that my words will penetrate because I'm about to leave him here.
What?
And I'm basically saying, you know, you're going to have to explain this. You need to set the record straight.
He's gonna get murdered.
Who knows? All right, so that's what you're saying, Tim? You need to set the record straight?
Yeah, and then I head down the stairs because there's no getting out this way.
All right, you charge down those stairs. Back to the three of you. Saket, Lily says, you haven't seen a dragon.
No, but Adressai has, and I'm trying to slap sense into her, but she's not talking sense. Adressai, would you just please project image from head of what you saw?
I'm
not doing anything
messages of dragons and things, but the Lord Archon himself has messaged everybody, indicating that you are not to be trusted. The Windswift
That's fine.
Traitors.
That's great. Just project that image from her head to everybody.
I can only project it to other oracles.
Do that then. They must know the truth.
They will know that they're being manipulated from either side and probably won't act either way.
There's people following us, right? Can we just lead them down there? They'll see it themselves.
Yes, that's what I think is the best idea. We just
do
have to
that.
survive.
I mean, it'll blow us to pieces and disintegrate us. Oh,
but then
God,
everybody will know the truth, right? Because they'll all get like, oh shit, project image, then die.
They'll see it physically. It's down there, Zaket.
No, I get
Let's
that.
go. Let's go. Stop talking. Let's go.
Where are you going?
Towards the dragon, because we're crazy.
We're not running though.
Am I even?
Yorick is taking this very carefully, like gonna peek around the corner.
Am I actually capable of going down?
You are. You can no longer see it, so the effects are no longer on you, as far as I understand it. Is that correct, Simon? It's no longer in line of
In the
sight.
fear effect, you cannot go towards something that you see when you're feared, so you don't see it right now. So,
Not fear. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, if you want to role play this out differently, I mean, that's
Sure. Con, you will catch up with these guys because Jorik is going cautiously. You are obviously not. You're running down those stairs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
You're not going to do anything before you head down there. You've told the Archon what to do. You know how these stairs are activated. Remember, you saw the Lord Archon activate them. You're just going to run straight down them?
My last thing, I guess, is to see if there's any other ways out of this room.
This room itself, there's just large windows at the far end, but you know that you're at the top of a very tall tower.
I felt well prepared.
Fly yet.
All right, so you run down the stairs as well. Then, okay, you catch up with these three as they're cautiously going down the stairs.
Where's Blackston?
I don't know.
What?
He's
I
gone.
don't know, but
Run,
there's a dragon
we're
down
going
here.
too slowly. We need to carry on faster.
There's a dragon down here.
Con,
What?
there's a crappy dragon down the stairs.
We need to lead the
Big
people down here so they can see the dragon. Or we're never getting out of this.
There's a dragon downstairs.
As we pass the helmet, I suppose at some point, I'm going to take off my coat, my still blind coat, and wrap the helmet.
As you're about to get to the bottom of the stairs, you do see this helmet lying there. Although the helmet seems old and tarnished, it doesn't seem to be the same resplendent silver that it was when Blackston had it.
No, but I saw it in the dust pile. I think.
Yeah. That you've run through a couple times now, so it's now there's
between
dust
my toes.
There's essence of Blackston everywhere.
Why is Blackston? That's his helmet. That's Blackston's helmet.
I think we've lost Blackston.
He killed him. He killed him.
Oh, don't be... Shut up. He's probably down there somewhere.
Knowing Blackston.
You know Blackston. He probably ran in to fight the dragon, for all we know.
We need to keep going. Right now, it's either get arrested and executed by the order or find out whatever's at the bottom of those stairs.
Yes, thank you. Focus.
I'm just going to wrap it up and hold it.
You continue down. The stairs eventually open out into this very cold cavern. Adressai, you know what is down here. You have been down here before. As you get to the bottom step, who's in front? Jorik, you see languishing on this large pile of gems, this terrifically beautiful beast of pure muscle, grace, and power. This magnificent white dragon casually looks over at you and then smiles. Come closer, it says.
I'd rather not.
Unless I'm being compelled, Jorix is just going to back off. Because he's... I mean, there's one thing being told that there's a dragon down there. There's a whole different thing seeing a dragon down there. So he's just going to back off.
The rest of you sort of stumble down behind Yorick. The dragon eyes you.
There's definitely a dragon down there.
Okay, we really need to project this image to everybody.
Oh, shut up! We need the people down here. We need everyone.
Well, they're coming
are
up.
the
Tell them to get down the stairs.
crew of the Windswift, are you not? It says.
No. I think we're a rather weak crew of the Windswift right now.
Yes, what's it to you? Why are you here?
It waves a large paw, and the floor changes shape, and 4 very round stalagmites open up in front of it that look like chairs.
I'm not sitting in that.
Sit.
No, thank you.
I'm
quite happy here. I'll sit here.
Your race
Why?
has forgotten the power of the dragons. You can sit by your own choice, or I will make you.
I decide at this point, I think they sort of walk into the room, sort of head down, and just slumps to their knees, sort of bowing the head forward.
Con?
I look resigned and mutter to the rest of the group. I can attest to that threat's truth. Spare yourself the indignity. Have a seat. I lean into Saket as I do. I whisper, didn't you say something about having earth-moving magic? And then I wander over to my chair and sit down.
Jorik?
He's gonna walk slowly towards the dragon. Jorik is still hoping that someone's gonna come down those stairs. So he's trying to, futile, obviously, but he's going to try and drag this out. But he's walking.
Saket?
I'm like looking at Con a little bit confused, and then wait, no, I don't, but I'm going to sit in the chair and do something else.
All right, you go and sit in the chair. You sit down in the chair, or as you so do, and the dragon waves its hand again. The passageway leading to the stairs behind you fills up with stone.
Of course.
You have been a thorn in my side for quite some time. Before I devour you, you will tell me how you found out about the engines.
I mean, you don't know.
What?
I have suspicions, but the messages have been garbled.
You've been running the orders this whole time?
We established the orders. Do you honestly think that you insignificant, pathetic subspecies could banish us from our domain? We allowed you to think you had been victorious, let you had your day in the sun. Waited until now, when you are ripping each other apart. Once you have destroyed each other, we will return. The orders were a useful tool for making sure that no one examined our actions too closely. Very convenient to have someone obliterate any evidence of our actions, don't you think?
I guess then really it's irrelevant how we found out about the engines.
We need more time. We are not yet ready to return. And if more captains should follow your path, it could become messy.
Well,
Why this subterfuge? If you're so powerful, why this subterfuge?
Your
He's
little
sounding completely defeated.
people were united against us. We knew that there was a rebellion coming. If we were to destroy your leaders, they would be made into martyrs. Martyrs are causes that your hopeful spirits rally behind. No, far better to let you think you have defeated us. The great elves, with all of their logic and cunning, and the humans with their tenacity. Ha! Look at yourselves. Barely 300 years and you're ripping each other apart. Once you have forgotten why you were so united, we will return and take our rightful place. Now, how did you find out about the engines?
What about the gods? Are
What?
you not afraid they'll stand in your way?
Okay.
You honestly think the gods care about you, a lesser species? We
Try to make it up.
commanded your legions to worship the gods we so chose. You honestly think they're going to banish us, their greatest agents? Now, the engines.
Guy, can I ask a question?
Yes?
No. The dancing stones. I know I haven't said anything about this, but I was thinking since that thing that Androsai wouldn't have left them together on the ship, and that they would have kept them with them for now until they know some way of actually storing them. So the question is, it'd be up to you at this point. Do I have both the dancing stones?
There's a vague memory I have of you wanting to put them in that special cupboard space, but I don't remember.
That was before I took them out to talk at the library, before I found out what they were.
But you did take them out after the library.
I had them with me when we talked to the person at the library.
Yeah, she did. They did show them in the library.
Yeah, I physically showed
And
them
I
to the
don't
person.
see any reason why you wouldn't have them with you, because you didn't say that you put them back.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
But the dragon has been talking for a minute now, right?
Yep.
Good. Okay. In that case, Satket is going to cast Lehman's tiny hut.
Okay.
Lehman's tiny hut.
Because spells and other magic effects can't get
Yeah,
through.
by rules, and this is one of the things, and this is exactly one of the applications of the spell that I absolutely hate. So basically, aside from a dispel magic or a beholder looking at it or something, you shouldn't be able to come get in there. Well, you could also dig, I guess, but
I'm going to cast it over us and backwards so it doesn't include the fucking dragon in the 10-foot radius. It's quite a big...
For someone
tiny
who's
hut.
not a D&D guy, what does that spell do?
it's basically, the intention is it's supposed to give you a rest without problems, right? That's the intention of it. That you kind of can sleep without being fearful of getting attacked in the sleep. That's the intention of the use of the spell. So it says stuff like the inside you're not you don't die to poison or whatever it says. The temperature is okay. That's kind of...
It's also opaque from the outside, but transparent from
It's
the
a dome of
inside.
force, basically. All right,
okay.
so you
So the force
throw
field.
hands up in desperation. The dragon did not have anything prepared because he just...
Wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting us to do anything because we're maggots.
Yes. And so you are now suddenly encased in this, where you can see the dragon looking down at the dome. It extends out a claw and it taps on the dome.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing? You've got 8 hours.
Okay, guys, I've given us 8 hours. I don't know. I can always dispel it before then when the others get down here, but we've got 8 hours for them to clear the rockage.
What are you talking about? I
I
can still see it.
know, but it can kind of see it moving objects inside, but we're blurry.
I'm
Like looking through a
so
bathroom
can
window.
can I cast magic? Could I cast sending right now?
I know nothing can get in,
Or out.
so I'm guessing nothing can get out.
Right. Can I step outside briefly?
You can go backwards. If you leave the space, my spell will end. So you may not want to do that, my dear. I think we're gonna
I was gonna
sit this one out.
tell someone upstairs that there is something behind the wall.
Oh, they're gonna find out when they get down here.
Well, there's just a wall.
That they closed the.
The
They
reality
closed the
is,
opening.
Yes, but it's just rocks, right? People can clear rocks.
it takes time.
We've got 8 hours.
We're missing the real problem here is we're stuck between people who won't believe anything we send them and a dragon.
Yes, they've given us
I
8
don't
hours. to
believe
have a think
this.
about this.
There is 40 feet and then a door in the one side of the wall. The door.
Presumably that's
Lord
the way the Lord Archon has gone. If we can distract the dragon somehow,
I could distract the dragon.
our only
I-
option is to flee.
Take out the stones, the dancing stones. With these two together,
We don't know what that will do.
this is one of the most powerful magic
Exactly.
foci ever
If I
created.
understand all the things you've been spouting at me over the last month, you could undo the universe with those or something.
Do you have another option?
Yes, run away and fight another day.
Do you think it will let us?
No.
It's possible. I
No,
don't think it'll let
it
us.
won't, Con.
That's a dragon.
I think we're going to have to use the dancing stones. Do you know how to use them?
No, but I'm pretty sure that if I do something, then we have a bigger chance than if we don't.
Oh my god, Adversai, this is going to be fun. You know, the book could kill you and consume you. What? Okay.
Hmm.
Realize
I've already
it
lost
was,
Blackstone
but
here.
Fine, use your stones. We're dead either way.
Any magics that we've used thus far are probably fairly pitiful in the eyes of that dragon anyway.
I've also used up all my third level spell slots, so, you know, guys, knock yourselves out.
I don't intend to tell it what it wants to know, but it will probably force it out of me. Adversary, good luck. Good luck to us all.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
You do know
Yeah.
that you have to drop the dome before you can use the stones.
Yeah.
I recognize that.
Well,
Okay, is
it's been
everybody
a
ready?
pleasure, everyone.
No, but let's do it anyway.
So you are basically going to drop the spell and then try and use the stones.
Yes. Adversai, you ready with the stones?
I'm going to try to use the stones because these are stone-shaped stones. I do know that. For stone-shaping magic. However, I don't know any stone-shaping magic, but I figured that if I used them as foci to cast, for instance, Ray of Frost, which is about the only, or Lightning Law, which is the only two aggressive spells I can right now, towards the stone wall that the dragon shut down to open that passageway. Basically, that's my plan.
So you're not going to try and do a dance.
We should dance.
No,
dude, dance.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a dance. That's the only way I know. Because I saw so many dances in the book, the few times that I did, but do I, like, would I remember any of them?
You have no idea
No,
what the
no,
dances
you
do.
specifically said you tried to learn one dance.
You can remember the dance steps, but what
I
the
just don't know
outcome
what
is,
they
you
do.
don't know.
Honestly, at this point, I think there would give us a chance at least. It's one of those super crazy things. But the dragon isn't going to let us leave through the door. He's going to
already
kill
said
us.
he's going to devour us, so whatever we do, we might as well just do.
Fine, I'll talk to it. Do your thing.
All right.
Ready?
No, but let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Right.
Bye.
We found out of the engines by just looking, is what I'm telling the dragon.
Which one dies first?
First, the dragon's been waiting, and he has the patience of eons. So, I need you, the 4 of you, to please choose a number between 1 and 4, including 1 and 4.
Great.
Just choose a number. Just give me a number. So, Jorik, what number did you choose?
2.
Con's chosen 4. 2 is gone. So that leaves you
3.
with 1 and 3.
3.
Guess I get 1.
You get 1. All right. So it's all doubled up for a D. So there's a D4, isn't there? There's a D4.
Oh, fuck.
So those numbers again, it was 4 to Con, 3 to Jorik, 2 to Adrify,
3 to me.
and
I'm 3. Who's 2?
2 to Jorik, and 1 to Sakay.
Bye.
2. That's Jorik. All right, as you drop the dome, the dragon drops its paw. And as it does so, it's a melee attack. Okay.
Should have had that healing potion. Might be nuts, but I did take it.
Okay.
You should have the exploding one.
Give me an opposed grapple check, please, Jorik.
That's what?
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
I have
18?
Yeah. What was your number?
18.
18. Okay. So as the dragon drops its paw, Jorik, you're standing there. In the next minute, this fist just materializes around you with this sort of shimmering white energy and just lifts you 15 foot up into the air, squeezing you. The dragon raises its paw again. It's a bonus action. I can crush you.
No.
Stop dancing, Edward. Stop
I'm
dancing.
dancing.
15
I'm
damage.
dead.
15
Sorry?
damage.
15.
15 as it just starts to squeeze you.
How?
Saket, what are you doing?
Freaking out.
Okay, Con, what are you doing?
I leap up.
Talk to Lily. Lily, dragon.
Help.
Yeah, that's always in the back of my mind, really. I mean,
I don't think any one of us is thinking anything else than dragon right now.
I'm gonna brandishing my staff, just like try and smash it in the face.
Oh my god.
You're going to run up to the dragon? I don't remember that being part of the plan. I remember the plan. I remember a different plan. All right, run up to the dragon. You run up to the dragon and you try and hit the dragon. Okay.
Someone needs a distraction so they can dance.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's dancing time, fucker. I am.
What shape would you like your weapon to be?
A wet noodle, because that's all it's going to do.
I assume that whatever shape it takes, I'm proficient with it.
Yes. It's whatever weapon you would really like it to be right now.
Some sort of harpoon.
Dragon Slayer longsword.
Yeah.
That one.
Long sword of dragon slaying.
All right, it's a harpoon. You hit a harpoon, it becomes this large harpoon. Make your attack, please. Oh, my God.
Should never ever second guess what your players are going to do.
No, don't plan, guy.
22.
22. That is a hit.
Oh.
Do your
Straight
damage.
up the nostril. Straight up the nostril.
Good. You're gonna
What
take
kind
off
of
a
damage?
percent of its HP. Good job.
Yay!
What is the damage on this?
It's your standard staff damage plus 1d4.
Oh wow! I'm just giving it a little scraping out of the.
A little
previous
nuzzle.
scale.
Give him a nuzzle.
10.
10 points.
Oh, there you go. Let me scratch that for you.
Hey, you are technically the first person in 300 years to hit a dragon.
Yay!
Can I like
Well, the question, Guy, the
project that
question is,
image
Guy,
at
the
Lily?
question is, are there female dragons about? Maybe then the male dragon hit on a female dragon.
Oh,
Oh God, Simon!
Andrew, what are you doing?
I'm starting one of the dances.
Okay, and where are you pointing the stones?
At the wall.
You're pointing the stones at the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
And you are doing a random dance. You're
Yeah. I think one of the shorter ones because we aren't going to have a lot of time.
okay. So you start to do a dance. The moment you pull out the two stones and start to dance, all of you take 6 points of audio damage.
Oh, no.
Sonic damage. The dragon releases this shriek of absolute hatred and rage that just reverberates in this chamber as you start to do your dance thing. And we'll see what happens next. Jorik, what are you doing?
Dying? I'm actually, I don't know. Does the grapple keep me from teleporting?
No, you can teleport out of grapples. It's one of the easiest ways to get out of them.
Then I teleport out of the grapple. Help! I need to breathe.
All right. Where do you teleport to?
He's gonna reach me wherever I go, so I'm just gonna.
On his back, I guess.
No! I teleport to the door
There we go. Okay.
and run out of the door.
You pull that door open. There's a fairly decently carved corridor.
For bookkeeping, how far is it to the door?
30 feet, 40 feet,
Okay. It's just so I know how many points I need to spend.
give or take. Yeah. All right. That's what Jorik does. The dragon gets to act now. That hand is going to try and smack Adressai. So I get to make an attack roll against you, Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo. Okay, that's an 18 armor class.
That is it.
That is a hit. Okay.
Stop
20
rolling
points of damage.
Yeah.
Can you give me a concentration check, please?
Oh, yeah. What is that exactly?
To continue your dancing?
Concentration is DC 10, a Constitution save,
17.
or half the damage you took. Like
Right.
if you take 22 points, it would be 11 and so on.
So you're good. You're golden. You get smacked by this giant hand as the dragon has thrown its hand at you. You can hear it's now starting to just inhale air.
Can I switch targets for my dance?
Well, we're getting there. Con?
Hit it again.
You're watching as it's inhaling. You're seeing its scales starting to open up slightly. And in between the scales, you can see this blue magic just slowly. It's almost like it's in the blood of the dragon is busy moving around, sloshing around as the chest cavity is starting to fill with air.
If it's opening its mouth, I'm going to try and jam my sword into its mouth.
We can have
Sure.
a...
Go for it. Give me an attack roll. Let's see what happens.
Okay, dice. Now's the time.
Toothpick.
Mm-hmm. Well, getting a toothpick in the roof of the mouth is really painful.
Yeah, it is, actually.
15.
15. All right. You try and get into that mouth, but you realize its head is very high. This is a 300-foot long creature. So the head is easily, or the mouth is easily 10, 15 foot wide. So you sort of slash at it, but you hit the under its chin. You hit one of the sort of the spines and don't seem to connect. Saket?
I'm just projecting the whole thing to Lily like I'm some sort of television broadcasting center.
Like, at least she knows what's
Yeah.
The horror show.
I'm just like, if there's nothing else, maybe she'll broadcast it to everybody else so they can see we're attacking the dragon.
She went to a different channel long ago.
Yeah, she's like, seen it.
She is currently watching, and if you order now, not only will you get this one cord, you will get 2 maces free. That's right. Send your pigeon now. That's what she's watching. So you're busy projecting the stuff as hard and as fast as you possibly can. Adrusai,
Yes.
you are finishing the dance. Where are
Yes.
you pointing the stones?
At the dragon at this point. Things are coming to a head.
You're kind of pointing the stones. You have one final move to make. Do you bring the stones together? Do you pull the stones apart? Do you point the stones forward? Do you point the stones downwards? Those are your options. Bring the stones together and then pull them apart. Bring the stones together, point, or down. That's the final dance step. What are you doing?
Point.
So you're pointing the stones at the dragon. So the points
Yes.
are pointing straight at the dragon. All right, so that's what you're doing. Okay. So you finish this rather frenetic dance step. You point
Bleeding,
at the dragon.
limping. It's taken off like the outer half of my tail kind of thing.
Right. Okay. As you point the stones at the dragon, there is this terrific tearing sound, and the in this line, basically, the dragon's one wing is severed off completely and falls to the ground, spraying out blood. But the wall behind it cracks completely open, causing the whole ceiling to start to tremor and shake with this earth-shattering sort of effect. The dragon calls out in pain, obviously. It's unhappy.
Run!
All right.
Run! Everyone run! It's
So-
running
I
to
start
me.
running. I'm not stupid. I'm just
No,
thinking.
run!
Sorry.
Con, are
Yeah,
you
run.
running?
Yeah. I hear run. I see dragon going thing, and I just run.
All right. So, and Yorick, you're busy running down the corridor?
Yes, I'm running down the corridor because I'm hoping to find. In Jorik's mind, he's hoping that the Lord Archon is sitting somewhere and this dragon is just an illusion.
Right.
After it
It's his
squeezed
mindset.
you.
It's like in full denial. There is not a dragon here.
Nice. The order was not founded by a dragon. No.
I refuse to believe that.
Nope.
All right. You are flying down this corridor as this bellowing sound comes from where the dragon's chamber is. The sense of relief, perhaps, that you have got away from this creature long enough is replaced by, in Adrusai, in your case, there is a problem.
No shit.
Yes, but there's not just a problem behind you. What are you doing with the stones once you're done? Are you running with them in your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not dropping them.
No, sure, that's probably a good idea. Running with them in your hands, however, is causing issues because you're moving the stones through the air. So they're starting to build up a charge.
Oh.
All
Right.
right. So that's
Can I unleash that again?
Yeah,
On my turn.
All right. So you're
Suppose.
now, this is Saket, this is what you realize. You're now in a passageway that looks like a passageway that you've been in before. Nice white marble carvings, these interesting murals on the walls, which are inanimate. This feels very much like a ziggurat that you've been in before, or at least...
Wait a minute. I know how this works.
Yeah.
I know how this works. I know how this works. This is why sometimes doing a little bit of research is a good idea. Blackstone. I know you can't hear me right now, but I knew that wasn't going to be a good idea. Fuck, how does it work? Oh my god, someone's going to have to give up their soul. We need to find the charge stone. We need to find the charge stone.
What are you talking about?
It's like the ziggurat. It's a ziggurat. We need to... These things, they will do things, and we just need to find the power source, and we're going to... Either we're all going to have to pump a bit of ourselves into it and not die, or one of us is going to die.
Way ahead of you. Way ahead of you.
Can we just sprinkle some of Blackstone on it? Maybe that'll work. Oh god, now I feel bad.
The servants.
That was horrible. I'm sorry. That's terrible.
You've got dust of Blackstone all over your feet.
No. Don't.
I'm
Okay.
Continuing to run down the corridor.
Yeah, just full
Yeah,
retreat mode.
we
Keep
need to
moving.
find the power stone. Let's keep
We need
going.
to
Keep
get
going.
out.
So the corridor eventually bifurcates, turns into two corridors at a Y intersection. Left or right?
Where am I?
Rules left.
Jorik is running right.
I'll go right with Jorik. Adressai go left. We'll know what we need to do if we find the power stone. The two of us can do it together and hope that we break free of the damn thing before it becomes a bloody problem.
So two of you are going left and two of you are going right?
Am I with them?
Yeah.
We're all together.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I think at that point I would have
How are you going to discharge these stones? Or are you going to keep them building up a charge? Or are you just going to kind of hold them apart and hope that the charge goes away?
I think I would have like discharged it backwards as I was sort of running into the corridor, running through the door.
So you're discharging it back that way?
Yeah.
Towards the dragon.
Yeah, like back towards...
Can you open us a way out of here with those?
You pointed out that way, but there was no dance accompanying this. This was just the stones being rubbed together.
Uh-oh. Nothing gonna do.
Bad
Keep you
ideas.
safe.
14 damage, Adressai.
I'm down. That's my
okay, Con,
fifth
you're gonna have to
life.
brag her.
That's the 5th time I've gone down.
We only got 9 lives, right?
4 lives left.
Focus to discharge, so they discharge into the wielder.
Now you know.
Says Con. Zop. Now you know. Get up. Come on. Learned your lesson.
Yeah, so I cast Healing Word as just tell her, come on,
As
get
you
up.
run.
So that's 10.
All right. So
Hit
you're back
points?
on 10 health.
Thank you. I want to hand one of these to Cat.
Before we run in different directions.
Can you blow a hole in the wall with that? We really need to get out of here.
But maybe... Do we know which wall? Do we know
No.
where's out?
No.
We're at a fork, right?
Because if this is a ziggurat, it's quite possible that we're under the ocean right now, and blowing a hole in the wall is not a great idea. Remember what Nine said? The Gulf, the Lesholwen Bay?
Should we have gone that far?
Possibly. Magic is a thing, Con.
If you remember, something Guy said, each step you took downstairs did not seem like an inch or two or whatever. It seemed like 20 meters,
Yeah.
20 yards.
Some kind of weird stretching.
Yeah,
You went down quite a bit.
Yeah, they didn't really notice it because they were running at the time. But yes.
the pressure on the ears would have even been even
Correct.
faster, right? So-
Yeah.
Just meta-wise, that's the reason I haven't teleported to my anchor, because my anchor is not within 120 feet.
Nope. And your
Otherwise, I would have.
your anchor is in the middle of the Order of the Histari right now, which is
It's outside.
Either way, not a good idea.
No.
Look, I think we should stick together.
Then we're trapped.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Is there
Okay,
a blood
right or
trail, by
left?
the way,
Right
Guy?
or- yes, blood trails.
Is there a blood trail?
Well, there's a blood trail. There's no light source though, so you need to cast light if you don't have dark vision. I think everybody has dark vision.
Yeah.
I have light.
Yeah, except Con.
Not in human
Con.
form, no.
Oh wait, I'm an elf, so I can see in
Yeah, you have dark vision.
dark vision.
If Jorik saw a blood trail,
But I
he
can't
would have
see
run
color, but I
the
can
direction of
see
blood
shades
trails.
of
Otherwise,
grey.
right.
If anyone has a torch, I can light it.
I've got light. Hang on,
The light spell. So that's I'm not too
got light
familiar with
spell. Can
that.
I
So you're
cast
following
that
the
on
blood trail to the left.
left?
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
we go left.
The blood
Second time
trail
following a blood
less
trail
and
in
less, obviously, as he's moving along. There is a handprint every now and again where he's sort of leant against the wall. You did spend a few moments sort of chatting with the dragon, which gave him an opportunity to move as fast as he could. Eventually, the blood trail arrives at a set of steps leading upwards. And you can see that
Ooh.
he paused here for quite some time before starting to climb up the stairs.
Guys, we've got to keep going. Let's just follow the blood trail.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Jorik is at least a turn before everyone else, because he teleported and then ran, and everyone else followed.
I'm gonna drink a healing potion, by the way.
All right.
Yes, everyone should do that. I already did
Right,
that.
we have healing potions. Jorik's not thinking of healing potions right now. He's just running.
Well, as soon as I see Edosai doing that, I follow suit.
Like,
I've only got
that's
one
a
left.
good idea.
Nice.
I made those.
18. My God.
Jorik is healing himself. I'm actually gonna use another heal on myself, even though I'm starting to run out of power. So I heal myself for 16.
You start up the stairs. These stairs you suspect will lead you out of the ziggurats.
Well, that's a pretty.
Yeah,
good
let's-
start up. Okay, let's keep going.
I guess that, okay.
All right. You start climbing up the stairs. It doesn't take you very long until eventually you discover a rather crudely fashioned door has been carved, if you will, out of the actual bedrock itself. And it doesn't take a genius to work out that this ziggurat was buried under stone quite some time ago. This door seems to be fairly new, and by fairly new, I mean it's not as old as the ziggurat. It's possibly 300 or 400 years old, rather than the ziggurat itself. The door is slightly ajar, and you think you can hear the sound of water, not too far beyond that.
This is the way you went.
Well, Con, you can survive underwater. I can survive underwater.
Well, presumably the Lord Archon has some plan. He's not just, I don't know, let's go.
Well, Jorik has already run up through the door, but
All right.
All right.
keep in mind every other time he's run through a door and it ended bad, he's ready to duck or dive or whatever if something comes his way.
Don't know we got track record.
He's learned his
We're
lesson.
not going to be met with a dead end, but we'll
All right.
see.
You burst through the door. You continue down a corridor, definitely very different, very crudely carved. It looks more like a mine shaft than anything else. And
Can we still
there's
see the blood
puddles.
trail?
Sorry?
Can we still see the blood trail?
It's becoming difficult to follow because the floor is actually covered in puddles of water. And the water definitely has that reek of seawater about it. You can see little trickles of water coming into the stonework as you're following along. You can give me a survival check if you like.
Yeah, not amazing on that, but natural 20.
Yeah.
Natural 20 is certainly good enough. So you see that
Just for the record, that's 21.
he has he has moved through here probably about 2 minutes before you guys got here.
Oh, we can catch him up. Let's keep going, guys. We need to catch this man up.
Well, he was absolutely limping when last I saw him.
He had his guts trailing out too, but I don't know what magic and healing potions he has on him, but we'll find out very soon.
If you
Oh
wish.
God, I'm sorry. I forgot the helmet. The helmet. There wasn't any time to grab it. I had my hands
Forget
full.
about the helmet. Where's Blackston?
I think we lost Blackston. I think we're going to have to accept we lost Blackston. We can mourn him later. We just,
Run,
get out
keep
of this
running.
situation.
I just wanted the helmet. He cared about the helmet. I wanted to grab it for him.
That helmet has its ways of finding.
Oh God, he's dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It won't be
Come on,
much.
Adressai. You can do it. There's a good kitty. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. I'm a good kid. I can do this.
And it becomes apparent that you must definitely be close to catching up to him. There is a rather curious situation, though, that happens. The corridor continues to slowly rise. As it does, it gets drier and drier, and that scent of sea air slowly starts to get stronger and stronger as you move along the corridor. And the blood trail gets to the point where you suspect he's around the next corner. The tunnel sort of bends upwards. You can see sunlight now is starting to stream through it. This has been maybe 15, 20 minutes since you left the dragon territory. Easily 20 minutes.
Have we heard any other
Adressai,
rumblings?
invisibility. Can you make me invisible as we're running?
Yes.
Do it.
All right.
And I run
Yes.
on.
Bloop.
Con, didn't you say something about the merfolk? Didn't they give you something?
That's the sound of Adressai's magic.
On the boat.
Bloop.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Fine,
Yours
we see
runs on.
sunlight.
You're invisible. And
Now
you're
invisible.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Give me a perception check. You have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. Yep. Disadvantage. Not persuasion. Perception. Hello? Do the roll, you stupid. Thank you. Oh, 7 and 7. Okay, that's 11.
All right. You rush up the corridor, and perhaps it's the bright sunlight that greets you. That you get to the top, no sign of him whatsoever. You are on a beach, and as you sort of look around, squinting, there's this great big forest in front of you. And over there, probably about 2, maybe 3 miles away, you can see the turrets of a city that looks like Qwethlan.
Oh, wow. We're far away.
But no sign of your Lord Archon.
Quarry.
Great. I start trying to look around to see if I can find a blood trail. Which direction did he walk? And it's just pacing around.
Give me a survival check.
Now, that's not going to go well. That's not bad. 18.
There's no blood. There's no footsteps.
Shit.
I want to cast Sending to Lieutenant Ty.
Okay. What's the range of sending?
Oh, within this realm.
Okay.
Within this
Okay.
plane of existence.
Gotcha.
Okay, I want to say, get out of port, pick us up at coordinates. And I give it sort of approximately where we are. Sort of 2 miles northwest of Qwethlan.
All right. So you've gone up to Jorik, and you're giving this message to Lieutenant Ty. She responds, no, you've told her where she is. So she will respond, it's very complicated here right now.
No shit, Sherlock.
That's what she responds.
I've told her where we are. If she can get out of there, she will. But I understand that it's complicated right now.
All right, Saket, you join Jorik and Adrasai on the beach.
Where did you go?
I have no idea. Jorik's voice comes out of nowhere.
Can you fly?
Probably.
He's a 900-year-old elf. You don't know what tricks he knows.
Mm.
Look, let's
Looking
get
up
in
at the
among the
sky.
trees at least, so we're not immediately visible out here.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
What are we seeing? Like, is there like a stone door here, or what does it look like?
Cave
The entrance.
It literally looks like a cave entrance on the beach. If you were to see it whilst walking on the beach, you'd think it's a grotto that perhaps leads into a bit of a soggy end. But you would never in a million years consider that this would lead down into a ziggurat. Con, what do you think?
I guess we're sort of sufficiently hidden in the grotto then.
Khan stomps out of the cave, a look of thunder on his face, casts about looking for a staggering running quarry, sees no staggering running quarry, transforms into a polar bear.
Is that a good idea in
Starts
such a hot weather?
Snuffing the air.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a keen smell. Where are you?
So you have advantage on the survival checks then.
Well, perception.
Perception checks.
To
Oh yeah, all right.
track, I
Okay,
guess.
give me a perception check. Let's see what you see or smell in this case.
Right, or pick up a trail or whatever. Bears a famously good smell. Sweet.
Does this mean high, or you just smelled some honey and you're going to
Ooh.
20.
Ooh.
20. You can smell above the aromas that drift in over the ocean, the breath of the sea, as some might say. Apart from the exhalations of some watery bint, the rest of you standing on the beach, you can smell each other. Well, you can smell their distinct aromas. There is no scent whatsoever of anybody else leaving this grotto.
After spending some time sniffing the air and the sand and sniffing around and gazing bear-like contemplation in the various directions, I let out a very angry roar at the universe.
Whilst you are doing that, you see a very large order airship currently heading directly towards you, flying at this current moment in time above the water. It is without doubt the Brentier, which is that ship controlled by the gnome and the snake person.
To the trees.
cover.
To trees.
Yeah, we need to get moving.
Adrasai,
Yes?
does your invisibility spell hide footprints, lost blood, smells, stuff like that?
Nope, I just can't see you. Sorry.
I meant the elf, but no. Okay.
Oh, no. I'm gonna guess he's better at magic than I am.
Crap.
Way better.
The polar bear just growls.
He agrees.
So you're running up the beach into the cover of the trees?
If that is an option, yes.
Yeah, just starting to put some distance between us and the exit.
All right. The ship comes to a stop as you make for the tree line. The ship stops above the grotto, basically where you were. And you can see the skiff detaching with the captains on board it, coming down to the beach. What are you going to do? Are you just going to evade in the jungle?
Yeah, well,
I've been contemplating if Jorik wouldn't have hidden in the cave instead, but
personally,
invisible in the meantime.
yeah,
my,
I think Jorik would have run into the cave instead because it is a cave inside, or it's just a passage.
It's a cave.
Yeah, he would have hid in the cave.
All right. It's not a big cave. It's a grotto, so it's...
Yeah.
All right, so the three of you are in the jungle, in the forests on the edge.
my way of thinking is that they're after us. This is what Con believes. They're after us, and I don't really want to kill them. Unless that becomes necessary, so running away is about the only option.
Yeah. I think we'll move far enough away to be well hidden, but we can still sort of see what the skiff is doing, if that's possible.
If I notice you're not following, then I'm sort of hanging back.
Well, you can't see Jorik. Jorik's invisible.
Jorik's invisible.
No, but if
If you can smell him not
Ah.
following, I guess.
So
if
Adressai, yeah.
Adressai and Saket stop to see what's going on behind, then I'll sort of lurk in the background making impatient growling noises.
Saket?
I'm in the trees and possibly climbing one. Humans aren't, most creatures aren't very good at looking up, so especially when they're looking for stuff, so I'm just going to head up into the deepest canopy I can find.
Don't worry, they'll see the white polar bear in the jungle first.
Yeah, that's fairly
white
obvious.
polar bear
So.
in the jungle, but for that matter.
It's like
The
lost.
question is, do they know where they are?
Well,
right?
you see, that's
the question.
Dead rise and walk again. No, this is not that kind of show. All right, so the captains are walking along the beach, heading towards the cave stones. They do not look as if they are carrying their weapons aggressively. It looks more defensive in their approach. They have gone maybe 50 or 60 feet from their skiff's landing when the ship above them explodes. There is this almighty green explosion which rips out across the air. The ship is vaporized. Bits of wood and splinters sail off in all directions. The Vis slithers, ducks, and rolls out of the way. Golfin, who's still relaxed and calm, is completely cut in half as one of the yard arms of the ship impales straight through him into the sand.
Sorry, Golfin.
And then just bits of ship land all around you. Way off in the distance in Qwethlan, there is another terrific explosion, and you can see this column of green flames stretching upwards into the sky.
I think we're glad that we disabled our engine, guys. I think this could be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think we
Bits
have
of
a
shit are
Houston,
still
we
raining
have a
down.
problem.
I'm so surprised I turned back into a human.
Well, Jorik, you're the one who's close to them.
And then
I
concerned for
guess
fellow
I hear
captains.
the explosion more than see it.
Yeah.
I shout down from the tree, Adressai, contact Lieutenant Ty.
I can only contact
Okay.
a person once more today. So
I'm running for the beach. My kind of doctor's mode has kicked in.
Doctor's
Come,
mode is
come on,
kicked in.
come on. Fine, I follow.
Adressai,
All right.
just contact Ty.
Yeah,
I will after this.
Jorik's gonna...
Can I contact
He's
Lily?
invisible, but he doesn't feel right just walking out, so he's sneaking out of the cave. What happened?
Guy, can I try and contact Lily to see if they're still alive?
You can try.
Lily, are you okay? Something went big time bang.
You're not
Really?
hearing any kind of response whatsoever. Not that she normally would anyway, but even in these circumstances, you're not hearing anything coming back from her. Con, you notice amongst the debris, which is extensive, fires have started all up along the beach. The debris zone is easily a radius of 500 feet with bits of ship all over the place. And you notice there is this rather battered, very bloodied man lying. He looks to be, he was obviously a ship's mate of some kind, but he seems to be on his last few moments. But he, of all of them, is the one who's still intact. He hasn't been blown apart. He was blown off of the ship rather than blown up with the ship. So he's the one that you could probably administer to. This is slowly getting to his feet. He's got shrapnel embedded in his back as he's stumbling up, looking dazed, confused, and terrified.
Oh,
So the snake dude died too?
No, he's okay. Vis is standing up. He's all right.
I waste no time in sort of diving down next to that crew member, laying my hands upon him and casting Cure Wounds. No. Stay with us. So that is 8.
All right. His breathing is not as labored as before, and his wounds seem to have, well, his wounds have healed for the most part. Now it's just, he just needs rest.
You just lie easy there for a bit and we'll figure out a plan. And then I sort of stand and look at the other captain, Vis.
Vis, you can see his hand. The glow is slowly subsiding. It's disappearing. He looks at you, and then he looks at the wreckage of the ship. He doesn't know what to say.
Did you come here to hunt us down?
We came here because we received information from our oracles.
Oh, thank you, Lily.
We have been deceived.
Yes.
You have. There's
Welcome
a
to
dragon
the wider world, captains.
basically underneath our feet right now.
I start climbing down from my tree.
We must, without any prejudice, enact Edict 7.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's time.
Yes.
But
I highly agree, I say behind Ves.
You were right all along, Saket. This was an Edict 7 situation.
I told you a long time ago, I'm always right.
understand why the vessel just exploded.
I have a feeling that it is because they figured out that you're against them. I have a feeling that they have ways of doing that to any ship that figures it out.
Happened before.
Who has ways?
Section
You must have heard of the Raxtrakari plot.
The Lord Archon.
We have not heard of the Rex.
The incident at Achbech. No?
We have not.
My God, the control of information has clearly been quite efficient.
Look, we will tell you everything, but I think we need to get out of here.
The order has
I don't
been...
know how.
there is no order. The order is a lie. The order, it was... Oh, there's so much to tell you, Captain, and you won't believe half of it, but it is true. But he's right. We probably shouldn't...
Okay, listen, Adresai, I can't get hold of Lily, so we're going to have to try and message Lieutenant Tide to see if anybody's still alive and can pick us up.
Right. I messaged her earlier, but she said there was a complicated situation.
Yes, well, now we're just good because we're the only one who disabled our engine, so please try again, because if anyone didn't explode, it was us.
Yes, okay.
Once
do it again.
the oracles decried that the dragons had returned, Edict 7 indicates that they should be removed from office. Their oracles are no more.
Oh, God, poor Lily.
Oh, no.
Okay, we really only have Lieutenant Tide to get hold of. Poor Lily. Poor Blackstone.
Your
probably
vessel
didn't deserve
most
to die.
likely have been destroyed as well.
And the
We
deacons...
disabled our engine.
We don't have an engine anymore.
You
I assume that's the way they destroyed it.
We're
Yes,
a few
because
steps ahead of this one.
we realized what they were running on, and that just seemed traitorous. And so we disabled our engine and started sailing. In fact, we had a wonderful shipwright that you... you have no ship.
He looks at the burning debris.
I start scanning the horizon in a vague hope that the Windswift is going to appear on the seas.
I'm going to cast Sending again to Lieutenant Tai. I'm going to say...
We can't wait here for very long. If the Windswift doesn't show up, we must...
Please be alive. Get out if you can. Come to Lesolwyn Bay. We'll see you.
Ship on fire will respond immediately.
Oh, she's alive. She's alive.
Okay,
But the
good.
ship's on fire.
Is
The ship's on fire, but she's alive.
They're in the
Ship's on fire?
water. How hard is it to freaking put it out?
I don't
You'll be
know.
surprised.
Okay, with
Roll the ship
calm
over.
down.
Just roll a few.
Out of the damn thing.
Guy, do a barrel roll. I heard it's a great
Yes,
maneuver.
exactly.
yes.
That's
The ship
turtling.
is likely on fire because other ships in the harbor exploded. If they're alive, they're fine. They can handle it, I think.
Well, I guess we can start closing the distance. We might as well start heading back to
Is the
Qwethlan.
skit still in one piece?
I think we should head away from Qwethlan at this point. If the ship comes for us, we'll see them when they come into the bay.
Yes, we'll wait in the bay.
If Edict 7 has been enacted, then we have business to attend to.
Well, the High Archon and a lot of the people in charge are going to be against that very strongly, and they're going to have us targeted with the biggest freaking target like in existence.
Yes, but that was assumed by Edict 7 anyway.
Yes, well, not us personally.
No, but
Look, I just want to wait for the ship.
the whole point
I
of
don't want
Edict
to. I
7
don't
is
want
that
to
the
walk
leadership is
into
corrupt.
Qwethlan on my feet with no jacket, no weapons. Just Blackston is dead. We don't know who's alive. Lily's probably dead. Everything
Okay.
is fucked. I don't
Okay.
want to walk into Qwethlan on foot.
All right.
No, she's got a
No.
point.
Very
Sorry,
well.
sorry.
I
We're going to
sit
Bacon
down
Harbor.
in the sand. Very well, Edrisai. I see your point.
As you sit down, Con, you hear a ripping sound, a flesh ripping sound, and you look over and Fiss is busy eating the remains of Golfin.
Oh,
Gnome.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
is
not-
not
that's not-
nice. Why?
okay.
Why are you
Now?
doing
You're
that?
hungry now?
We must consume his remains so that his soul might ascend.
That's a
Okay.
weird one.
Is that a thing?
I've
Can
that
you
religious belief before, but
can you eat a whole gnome or do you need help?
he can unhinge his jaw. He can eat whatever the fuck he wants.
Very well. I'm going to just stare out
Leave in
into
two pieces.
the blue yonder of the rolling seas and try to forget.
Pretending you don't hear that.
Well, considering the dragon just told us that the gods have put the dragons in power, I don't really care much for the gods anymore.
The
He
gods.
could have been lying.
When we were in Rhythm Weir, I stopped the historian that we spoke to. I showed him the stones. I asked him about him, and we talked for a moment. And he told me that the reason the books had to be used to seal away the dragons was because we had to compel the gods to help.
So wait, the book compels the dog. Hang on, wait a minute. What are you saying, Edrisai?
I'm saying enough of the books together.
We need to
They
talk to
were
the mer
forced
people.
to it. They
We
weren't
really need to
asked.
Talk to the mer people.
And the more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm glad that Blackstone died before he learned any of this.
He'd be gutted. He'd probably kill himself.
He
Don't know
wouldn't
about
have
that.
been Blackstone
but,
anymore.
You would probably not believe it.
If
He was
what
a
you
very,
say is
very
true, this
convicted
is-
individual or
He
convinced.
said a lot of things. I
How drunk did you get with this man?
not at the time. I mean, afterwards, I got really, really drunk. I threw up on a dog, and then I had to get help back to the ship. But this was way before we got drunk.
Way before you got. Okay, all right, okay. You threw up on a dog. I feel that's like your
yeah,
own.
it was moving really fast. It was spinning around in a circle, and it made me really sick.
Uh-huh.
It was just going around and round and round, and I tried to follow it with my eyes, and I just threw up on it.
It's just blatant racism on them, their part.
Jorik is starting to kind of get his mind together, and he starts looking around at his comrades. How are you all doing, by the way? Are you
Not great.
I'm okay, actually, because I drank a healing potion and then I'm all right. I'm okay.
Physically, I'm okay, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Not in any other way.
Yes, not the other way.
In any other way, Jorik. How are you?
I'll live. I think.
I just think we should get out of get out from under the open air
Right.
and just not be visible from the sky right now, at the very least, even if we're not going any far. And even if there aren't any flying ships left because they all exploded, I just don't want to sit in the open right now.
Okay. We need to go to the meeting point. Are we in the meeting point?
I just told them to head to the bay and we'd see them.
Correct.
The bay.
The bay is fairly large, but if they head into it, you'll see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Back
So
in the
we should
trees, I guess.
probably still make ourselves inconspicuous. So if anyone
Someone
else
give me a
comes
hand
along,
with this guy.
okay, let's drag him into the
Yeah.
trees.
All right.
Don't drag him. Pick him up.
All right.
You are escorted. You escort the man one way or another into the shade of the trees, anyway. And it probably takes about 30 minutes before eventually you see a sail on the horizon, which is all too familiar to you. And it reveals itself to be the Windswift.
Oh,
How's she
God.
doing?
Half of her rigging appears to be missing or burnt. The side of her deck is scorched with flame and damage. And everybody on board looks as if they have been to hell and back. Scorched hair, blown back, mud, soot faces. But everybody is standing relatively straight and sort of all scanning, looking for their captains.
I'm going to use prestidigitation and just cast a puff of red smoke.
Nice. All right. So you send up your flare.
Just a little one.
And they
What do we say?
yeah, they heave to and lower down the little skiff, which rows out to you now. They had to outfit it with oars, but that was picked up long ago. And you can see Lieutenant Ty. They all look as if they've been fighting fires for the last sort of 20 minutes or so. They land heavily armed, looking in all directions and in panic for the forum.
Yeah, we're walking down there, I guess.
Yeah. Is everyone all right? Is anyone hurt? Is anyone dead?
Con and I can carry the one.
Sorry, Blackston.
Is anyone else dead?
Lily. Is Lily dead?
Lieutenant Ty looks at you. There were several explosions in the harbour. She looks at the wreckage around. I can see that there was another one here.
We barely dodged that one.
Yes. Unfortunately, we took a brunt of the blast from the Archon's vessel. It was substantial. Unless you can perform a miracle, Captain, I am afraid that Naxun is no longer with us.
Oh, gods.
He was on duty and on deck when the ship exploded and was hit by a lot of the ship's debris that rained down upon us. Hurricane did try to save him, but his skills are no match for yours, I'm afraid.
Is he still alive?
Not what left of him. Where is Captain Blackston?
He didn't make it.
Yeah, that's second bad news. Blackston, as far as we know, has fallen in battle.
Look, let's get everyone on board and we can start moving out into the bay and
Ty just drops into the sand and starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Oh dear. Did anyone know she felt like that about Blackston?
Yeah, Jorik will
Maybe not.
I didn't know she had feelings like
hug
that.
her.
But what happened to Lily?
Mios, who is part of the oars team, he looks up and he says, she is in her room. She's not saying anything to anyone. She's been really quiet. I think she's okay. You can see that he's got this rather nasty gash across him, which is bleeding quite badly. He looks fairly pale.
Let me
He's
do
not
something
saying
about that, Mios. Nice, Matt. 12.
Oh, his wounds heal up and color starts to return to his cheeks.
Let's head back on board.
Yeah,
You load up
Druid tries to.
if this loads up as well.
I look at the other side. Can you help Con with the injured one? Care of Ty.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, of course.
I think Vis is helping me.
Yeah. Vis has the look. You're not sure about Vis. Vis is very difficult. He's looking at this man that you're helping load up onto the boat.
He's nowhere near dead.
I was not thinking of eating him.
No, that's a change.
But again, you get this distinct. You don't know about Vis. He could be lying. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. His face is
No way
just
to tell.
It's expressionless, so it's difficult to tell. You eventually get back to the Windswift, where you can see the damage is quite extensive. She obviously was fairly close to the Archon's ship when the Archon's ship went ballistic. So there is hull damage all along the side. You can hear the banging and clattering and sawing sounds of the Jock and Stokes as they frantically try and keep the ship from sinking. They obviously left port in a hurry to come and try and rescue you. There is no ways.
They were too late.
Under no circumstances would this ship have been allowed out to sea in her current condition. But they just didn't care. They were going to come and fetch their captains.
I'm going to go down and help them as much as I can with my mending.
All right.
cantrip.
I run to Lily's room and start hammering on the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what you're doing. The door is unlocked. So you hammer on it twice and it swings open. You can see she's just staring out the window.
Lily, you saved everybody. Lily, please talk to me.
Give me an insight check, if you please.
I get 2
18?
maces for free.
God.
Keep hearing this weird voice coming from nowhere.
This little jingle. The jingles. They don't stop.
But yes, I get 18 insight.
There is a sedate expression. And that the expression roughly translated is to have become a sculpture of the desert. The desert is a gigantic, desolate place. And to become a sculpture within it means that you are lost to the desert, because the desert will consume the sculpture, nothing can withstand the desert, and you will become one with this desolate place. She has become a sculpture of the desert. This is a woman who has seen, quite literally, and experienced telepathically, all of her friends being vaporized. She has seen dragons. She has seen things that she should not have seen. And her mind has just shut down. She cannot handle what has been exposed to her today. So she sees you, and if you tell her to sit down, she sits down next to you. But she does not talk, she doesn't see, she just sits.
So in plain English, she's catatonic.
Completely. But the sculpture of
Okay.
the desert thing was more poetic.
Yes, very poetic. I very carefully put her into her bed and in a more than normal empathic way for Saket, sort of try and pat her hand and go, I know a lot has happened, but you saved everybody. Please try and remember that please come back to us. You saved everybody.
She did
except
save
Baxter.
everybody who's still alive. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. You did a good thing. It was important that we did this. The truth is known, and we're going to make it better again somehow. Okay, Lily? I know you're in there somewhere, my little statue. Oh,
On that
dear.
note, we will return again next week when we try and pick up the pieces and see what our future has in store. Thank you for being part of this journey so far, and there's much more still to be done. Or is there? Anyway, if you don't join us for the post-game review, thanks for watching. Goodbye, and we will see you next week. For those of you who do stay for the post-game, well, let's kick it off without any delay. Number 1, Con, you're up.
Wow. A lot to think about. Yeah.
You thought last week it couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, I think player and character are both in a sort of state of now what?
Right. Is that a good state, though, or is it a bad state?
No, positive in terms of story unfolding.
Right.
The adventure continues and gets more interesting. We've entered a dark and tragic phase of the things, clearly. But great revelations. Founding of the orders is it's the Matrix. We're in the Matrix, basically. This whole deity thing is interesting for Con, because Con was sort of going in one direction. Probably may not be.
Does he believe the dragon, though?
Does he believe the dragon?
That's true, too.
But the independent knowledge from Adressai about it seems increasingly clear that the gods are not really.
They're not what we thought, either way.
Nobody seems to be on our side except us.
And the other captains.
This is on your side now.
Yeah,
The captains that are
Until
left.
you die.
yeah, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he'll eat you.
In the grand.
And you're on his side.
The grand scheme of power hierarchies in the universe. We're sort of ticking off the list of great powers in the universe who don't give a shit about us. So Con's sort of character path may be shifting somewhat in response to all of this. Gonna do some processing, I guess, and we've got to see how this is all unfolding. There's a lot of unknowns at the moment.
Will he continue his sword lesson? That's the question. He doesn't have Blackston to play against, but is that in jeopardy too?
Well, exactly. I mean, God, when the first time he lays eyes on that sword. Yeah, we'll have to see.
If he absolutely must, Jorik is proficient in longsword, so the skills are there, but not the camaraderie, perhaps.
Yeah. Jorik?
Oh God. Where do I even begin? I was more or less 100% sure that by the time I walked down to the dragon, we were dead. But why did I do that? I realized that it's a very big risk that I'm just going to get vaporized as I step in there. But Jorik's idea was that even if I die here, the others will see that there's a dragon here and they can carry on the fight. So that was kind of a very unselfish thing for him to do. He's not usually like that. He always tries to keep a backup solution on and be careful. But in this case, it was just, there was no other way out. If he went up and tried to talk to them, he was just going to get arrested and then, killed. So that's why I did the whole walk down there and then tried to stall for time, because he was hoping that they would come down there, but nothing happened. And it wasn't until he was all getting crushed by the dragon that he realized that there was one other thing he could do. He could find the Lord Archon, so get to the door. So this was a very exciting episode. I definitely thought that this was the end of the adventures of the Windswift. So it's interesting to keep on going and finally have that Edict 7 moment. So now it's kind of, what do we do now? We have some planning to do, I think. And also, Jorg does, believe it or not, care for Lieutenant Tai, so he's probably going to make sure that she's all right. He did not expect her to break down like that, but when he did, he felt like, oops, I need to take care of her. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes.
Interesting. Simon, anything to add from your side?
Well, One of the things that I was quite unclear about from the beginning is what the hell is this? Why is the Order basically kneecapping itself once everything goes to shit? Right? Like killing the deacons and the oracles and whatnot. Once the dragons would return, always seemed...
Sorry, it's just the deacons that get executed.
Yeah, anyway, so the deacons, right. But anyway, it was always like, why? Like, they are the kind of communication avenue between it. And maybe this has been set up from all along. Maybe it's just like, maybe it might have been an oversight or something that I see different than you. Who knows? But like, that's something that I kind of thought about. And obviously that the explosion of the engines or all the engines and whatnot, obviously it's just like what is it in Star Wars? Order 30... What is
66.
66? Yeah, like that's kind of the thing, right?
I'm going to guess the killing of the deacons. Now that we know what the Order actually is, it makes sense to me, because what that does is that it stops the different captains from coordinating, and it stops any resistance from forming, basically.
No, that's what I meant with it, right? Like, that's what I said. Like, okay, that seems like the reason. Was this a thing that changed during our adventures now that kind of developed, or was it set up from all before? I don't know, but that was me like, okay, that could be interesting. Yeah. That's all I have to say, because Blackstone didn't really have any much choices to do this session.
Yeah. All right, and Adversary?
Who's busy getting kicked around?
This was a dark one. Wow. I don't know, like, I don't know what to say, honestly. Like, things happened that happened. We had a sort of death or glory kind of moment with the dancing stones. And I don't know. It's there's a lot to take in right now.
Process. Lots to process.
Yeah.
Ed?
Well, I'm getting really good at my Kegels exercises. Yeah, that was quite a mind-blowing episode. So that I really didn't think we were going to get out of that alive at all. So I'm kind of glad that we did. I'm sorry for what I did to Lily. I am, but at the same time, I'm really, really glad that worked, and that we've finally enacted Edict 7, because I've been saying that we should for a very long time now. I'm hoping the others will listen to me when I'm like, the next thing we need to do is go and shut down Section 13 with whatever fricking captains are left after that. If there are
gather an army is what we need to do.
Yes, maybe we need to go back to see the druids. Oh, that'll be fun, won't it? So, well, I guess Con might be ending up the head of the Order after all, if whatever the Order becomes after that. So, yeah, that was a very intense episode. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I have a fetus bouncing on my bladder. So,
All right. Well, there you go. That's the feedback from everybody. Lots to process. What are your thoughts on what's unfolded, what's been discovered? Should they trust the testimony of the dragons? Does it correlate with what else they've learned? Is there more to it than meets the eye? Is Order Edict 7 really there from the beginning or not? Well, who knows? I do, and I'm not telling. Anyway, until next week, thanks for watching from all of us. Goodbye.